Hello there guys, how's it going? I hope you're all having a good day so far. Today I've got quite a bit that I would like to get done. One dreamer remains, Lurien the Watcher, and he is located in the highest tower in the City of Tears. Plus there's quite a bit of side stuff still left to do in the City of Tears that I would like to do while I'm on my way to Lurien. Plus, I have the 3 pale ores that I need in order to upgrade my nail, so I'll be paying a visit to the nailsmith as well. And then once that's done, once the third dreamer has been woken, it will be finally time to head to the Temple of the Black Egg to break the Hollow Knight's seal. The end is in sight. Well, one of them anyway. Right, has the Fog Canyon map become available yet? No. Okay. I'm just going to wait until that becomes available. I can't be bothered to go to Fog Canyon to get it. But I do want it, though, because it bugs me that I don't have it. Okay. I think the stag station that I would like to shoot for is the city storerooms. Because I'm actually going to be swinging by the Soul Sanctum. There's something there that I've technically been able to get for a little while now. But I've been putting it off until I had some certain upgrades. Let's take a quick look at my charms. I think those 2 are fine. I'm going to get rid of my summoning stuff. I think. Do I risk Fragile Strength? No. No, I'm going to put Sharp Shadow on. Then I'm going to put on... I'm actually going to pair it with Dash Master. Because I believe that combos and allows me to Shadow Dash more frequently. Which will be pretty handy for the fight that's coming up. And then I'll probably just whack on Soul Catcher, why not? Seems like a good charm to use as a filler charm. Oh, but yeah, it is hot as balls today. I've got my fan turned up, well, not as high as it'll go, because at a certain point, noise suppression will start failing. And I value your guys' ears more than my own comfort, apparently. Yeah, my hay fever has been really, really bad this week. I've been having a lot of nosebleeds recently, and my throat's quite sore. So if I'm a little bit quieter than usual today, I mean, I feel like I always say that and then end up not being, but you know the drill. Okay, right. Always dying, I know. I really am just always dying. There's something very wrong with me. So, there is a very fancy locked door here, and I have an elegant key. Let's go in. Somehow, the Soul Warrior returned. And he's got friends. So he's not a particularly difficult fight this time. He's basically the same fight. I believe he has a bit more health, just to account for all of your damage upgrades. But he goes down pretty quickly, and his spawns, they don't really amount to anything. Shadow Dash just tears them apart. He's a pretty tricky fight when you first come here, but this rematch... yeah, it's not really that hard. I don't really mind that, though. It's not meant to be a difficult fight, it's just meant to be a quick little challenge. Was their return also explained in Fortnite? Well, now it should be, yeah. If we ever get Hollow Knight in Fortnite, that's what it should do. That's what it should explain. Anyway, let's, there's a snail tied to a board here. Something freaky's going on. Consumed the Shade Soul. Tap A to unleash a more powerful spirit. The spell consumes the same amount of soul with increased power. So, finally, our first and most basic spell has its upgrade, and this is a really, really good upgrade. It's a massive damage increase. Vengeful Spirit was already pretty powerful, but Shade Soul just knocks it out of the water. It is such a good thing to just be able to throw out quickly during boss fights. Definitely wanted to grab this before the next proper boss that's coming up. Would I still not play Fortnite if Hollow Knight was in it? Yeah. They've added so many franchises to it that I do like. It's just more of a principle at this point. I just don't want to play it. Okay, right. Work my way down to the Nailsmith then. He is my next port of call. Oh, I need to use my nail arts more. Because Nail Master's Glory is really powerful. You charge them so quickly. Basically removes all of the downsides to actually using them. Let's get that out of here. Do I have anything that I need to sell at Lem's? Yes, I've got a few bits. A Wanderer's Journal. It's quite incredible how many of those you've collected. You must have travelled the breadth of the kingdom to accrue such a haul. Okay, I believe he's just repeating dialogue for these now. Probably the same for the Hallownest seals. A Hallownest seal. You're a talented collector, alright? The best I've met. If you keep at it, I worry I'll run out of space in the shop. Okay, got a King's Idol as well. A King's Idol? With as many of these as you've delivered, the other Relic Seekers are like to think I've gone mad for the king. Ha! Who am I kidding? They'll only be jealous of my collection. Find me more. And an Arcane Egg. This thing is worth 1,200. That's why I'm gutted that I missed one. An Arcane Egg, eh? Now this is an ancient thing. These relics are the prize of my profession. There's knowledge hidden within, though it's very difficult, painstaking work to extract. One large understanding can be gleaned, though. This civilization may claim itself the first, but something else did exist within this place before Hallownest. Each egg offers a narrow glimpse into that forgotten age. Looks like you don't have any relics on you. If you manage to find any in good condition, bring them to me and I'll give you a fair amount of geo for them. Okay, thank you, Lem. I am now officially rich. Half the time you're just playing it to piss about or see what they've added. Yeah, I can kind of get playing it for that reason. I just don't find it that fun. I'm not a big fan of how the game controls and plays. I do find it funny, all of the random crap they add to it, though. Ow. Okay, I very badly mistimed that. Yeah, like being able to play as Miku with a gun, that does sound fun. Okay, here we are. It's time for the final nail upgrade. Oh, you've returned. I see you have some pale ore, a rare, fine metal that. Give me the ore and some geo for my efforts, and I'll reforge your nail to make it stronger. 4,000 geo, but it's worth it. As you wish. I'll get to work then. It's done. The reforging is done. Your nail is much stronger than it used to be. As strong as it could ever be. In only your weapon have I seen such potential. Finally, I behold the majesty of a pure nail. To think this moment has come upon me so soon. I must step outside a moment. Let's go see where he's going. With a pure nail forged, my work in this lifetime comes to an end. My only remaining desire is to see and feel the nail strike true. I beg you, cut me down. As my final moment in life, I want to taste the blade's exquisite edge. After all this time, all this toil, haven't I earned it? We have a choice. We can either do as he asks and strike him down. We can let him live. Or we can be really evil and kill him anyway, but do it with a spell. I'm going to let you guys pick. The Nail Master's fate is in your hands. I know what I would pick, but I have both of the achievements for both of the routes from this. So for me, it doesn't really matter what we pick. Give him his wish, he deserves it. Wow. No hesitation there. Anyone else want to vote? Anyone else want their say? Ben Blunter? Okay, well, only Sam has spoken up. I guess it's decided then. This is on you, Sam. He seemed to enjoy that. His deal was that he makes our nail. He upgraded it for us. And he wanted to feel what it felt like to die by it. Off he goes. So, if you choose to spare him, he actually moves to Green Path, and he moves in with Nailmaster Shio. And the two of them basically... It's very heavily implied, but never outright stated, that the two of them become lovers. So, yeah, you prevented that. Well done, Sam. Oh, poor Nailsmith. I couldn't bring myself to do that on my first playthrough. I spared him. I don't like killing people that I like. Okay, now I have the pure nail, though. I am feeling pretty confident. And it's time to head back into the Royal Waterways, because there was something I put off the last time I was there. Oh, they fucking... Yes, they are. Like, you walk in on them, and the Nail Master's lying like this, in a paint you like one of your French girl poses, and Shio is painting him. And they're talking about how they become, like, life partners and stuff. He died happy. That he did. Now, if you told me to kill him with a spell, then I would be judging you. Okay, right. Let's go down to the left. Yeah, I want to head towards the bench. In terms of charms, I think I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got on. Let me show you why they call me the Nail Master. Okay, I can kill these things in one hit now, which is nice. I can also kill the flying ones in one hit, which is why I've waited until now to do what I'm about to do. You will see why. Ah, I thought I could catch them both. Ah, goddammit. Oh, I hate it down here. There's one of the bottom halves down there. I can hear him. There he is. Okay, yeah, this definitely looks like the right place. There's a lot of maggot babies here. They can all be killed. And you should kill them because they're disgusting. They are abominations against nature. You hate it. Yeah, me too. Once, when I was at uni, I believe it was during first year, I went away for Christmas and I came back. And I opened the bin. And someone had left something in there before Christmas. So when I opened it, it looked like this. It was disgusting. Okay, that's secret. I don't think I want to go that way, if I'm remembering correctly. Or maybe I do, actually. Yeah, ew, it was really gross. It messed me up for a long time. I was, I could just feel them crawling all over me, even though they were nowhere near me. I believe this is a shortcut that loops back round to the start. Yes, it is. Okay. That'll be handy in case I die. Oh, God, I'm going to have to get in there with all of them. Okay. It is my great pleasure to introduce you guys to the Flukemarm. What a sexy lady. So, this is technically a boss, but I'd say it's less of a boss and more of an enemy spawner. It will spawn out all of these fluke enemies, which is why I wanted to get the Pure Nail, because they die in one hit. Without it, it is very, very easy to get overwhelmed here. Cyclone Slash also does amazing damage against this boss, just because of how tall it is. Makes it go down very, very quickly. And the reward for beating dear old Flukemarm is Fluke Nest. One of the more interesting charms in the game. I would like to head over to a bench so I can show this off, because it's a pretty fun one. Just get you through the floor. Anyway, hopefully now the Flukemarm is dead, there'll be less of these disgusting things around. Okay, how many charm slots is it again? 3. I'll take off Mark of Pride. So, basically what Fluke Nest does is it turns your Vengeful Spirit into a shotgun. Basically, you shoot out a load of flukes. Each one of them has their own hitbox and does damage. And they do a lot more damage than the Vengeful Spirit would do usually. But it has barely any range. So, yeah, it's basically a shotgun. It definitely has its uses in certain fights. And I'm going to take it into the next one, just to see how I do with it. But it's not one that I tend to use all that often. It also has a lot of interesting combinations with other charms, but I don't know all of them off the top of my head, and from what I remember, I feel like just vanilla Fluke Nest is the best way to go. Did I just pick up one of her severed orifices? Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. Okay, that is all of the side stuff that I wanted to get done. That did not take very long at all. It's time to go to the final Watcher. The the Final Dreamer, sorry. Who is the Watcher? Oh, those two get me every fucking time. Alright, now that I have the double jump, I can get up here. Okay, yeah, definitely got to use my nail arts here. Okay, these guys die in one hit. Nice. You don't, but you're also not really a threat. Oh, hello. Ugh. Okay, you're dead. Okay, your shield just completely absorbed that. That's annoying. Okay, Fluke Nest got you though. Nice. That's how powerful it is. Does that much damage to those guys. Okay, I think that opened up the way forward. But I want to go over to the left first. Because there's a bench. Thank you. No, that door is not open. Okay. Ah, no, but this one is. I did not realize you guys were still following me. That's really quite unnecessary. I am fine on my own. I know the way. You don't need to guide me. There's a broken elevator there. Hello, big boy. Go down in one hit, please. Thank you. Let's open that door. Oh, look at all these paintings. These guys really are full of themselves. Ah, damn. I think he blocked all of that. Are you kidding me? Okay. At least I have Sharp Shadow. Okay, no, I guess he didn't block that because that killed him. That wouldn't have killed him in one hit. Over to the left here. I believe this just links up to the Soul Sanctum. Yes, it does. Okay, that's another nice shortcut. Okay, can't remember which way is the way forward here and which way is optional. I think over to the right here is optional. Maybe not, or maybe they both go the same way. Okay, it looks like they both go the same way. Gotta love overthinking. Okay, here I think the right path is optional. I believe there's a grub. Yeah, it's one of these big boys. Who cares about your silly little shield? I'm intangible. Be free, little friend. Okay, then over to the left is the way forward. Got a long elevator ride here. Okay, it's not that long. That was a lot shorter than I remember. Okay, so experienced players will wonder why I'm ignoring something here. I'm going to show it off after the fight, but there is a breakable ceiling here, and there's something pretty cool within it. But I want to show the boss fight in its full regular state. So, of the challenges that you need to beat to awaken the Dreamers, I would say that this one is the hardest. Yes, even harder than Deep Nest. If you come here without the Shadow Dash, so you haven't started the path towards the true ending, you will get your ass kicked. It's possible, but it's very hard. These are the Watcher Knights. Now, they're pretty simple enemies. They have a couple of attacks. They've got a few sword swings. Then, they're also basically Sonic. So they'll spin up into a ball and attack you in various ways. Okay, that's one of them down. But there's 6 of them. So this is a multi-opponent fight like the Mantis Lords. I don't think it's as good of a fight as the Mantis Lords, though. And the reason for that is the Mantis Lords, despite being 2 enemies, their AI is basically perfectly synced up. They will always attack in unison with each other, which makes fighting 2 people a bit more manageable. Whereas with the Watcher Knights, they're basically entirely independent from each other, which can make everything a little bit overwhelming. Thankfully, you never have to fight more than 2 at a time, because it will be a little bit ridiculous if you did. Sonic and the Black Knight. Right, you don't want to get too close to them, because they will always sword swing when you get close. Ow. But yeah, the Shadow Dash is just a nice get-out-of-jail-free card in this fight. It can get you out of some really tricky situations. There's also really not many opportunities to heal in this fight. Ow. Okay, I believe that's 4. Ow. Shit. Right, I've got a moment while there's only one of them that I can heal. In hindsight, Fluke Nest for this fight was not the best choice. Regular Vengeful Spirit would have been a lot better. Shit. Okay, I think I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm going to die. Alright, Blunter, thank you for stopping by. I will, see you later. Have a good rest of the day. It's a shame you can't see my more successful attempt. Okay, I do not want Fluke Nest on. That is not good for that fight. I would rather have Mark of Pride. In fact, no. No. I would rather have Shaman Stone. There we go. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of losing to that fight. It is definitely a tricky one. However, now that I've lost to that fight, it gives me a good opportunity to show off a pretty cool trick that you can do. And so now I'm going to pretend that I lost intentionally. Whether you believe me or not is up to you. No, come back here, please. I don't need to wait for the elevator. So, there is, up here, a breakable ceiling, which is connected to the chandelier in the boss arena. If you knock it down, it will instantly kill and permanently kill one of the Watcher Knights, meaning you only have to fight 5, not 6. It doesn't completely cheese the fight, but it definitely makes it a little bit more manageable. Ah, goddammit. Don't do that. Hold on, can I can. I can get soul from these guys, hold on. I'm just gonna fill up before I activate the fight. Okay, this one wakes up first. Ah, god damn it. I forgot they pulled back a little bit. Okay, that's one of them dead. Let's heal a bit while the other wakes up. Hey, Mama Turtle Bear. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? These guys. Yeah, these guys, they're annoying. I find the best way to deal with these guys is just to focus on dodging and then use spells from a distance. Or they can do that, which really screws you over. Oh my god. Oh, god damn it. Okay, it's one of them dead. Oh, okay, I think that might have got both of them. Okay, perfect. Absolutely melting in this heat. Yeah, same here. It is way too hot today. Okay, they are pretty nicely paired up there. Pogoing can also be quite dangerous in this fight, just because they move around in the air a lot. Oh, god damn it. Guys, do you want to give me, like, a moment here? Okay, it's one of them down. Oh! That was the last one as well. God damn it. Okay, attempt number 3. Okay, I need to use my nail arts more. I'm not using them enough. Thankfully, I don't need to break the chandelier again. So I still only have to fight 5 rather than 6. You never use the nail arts. I don't use them that much, but I have the charm on for them, so I really should use them if I'm wasting a slot on them. Okay, I probably should have gotten soul from the corpses. The problem here is just going to be finding opportunities to use them. Okay, it's one of them down. Ow. Oh, yeah, sometimes their attacks just really annoyingly sync up like that. Okay, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Okay, 1 left. Once there's only 1, it's pretty easy. Just gonna spam him with spells, basically. Got him, nice. Yeah, without the charm, they do take a little bit too long to charge. But the charm does make it nice and quick. Okay, right, that attempt went a lot better than the other two. Got a couple of goodies for beating them here. A Helena Seal, nice. Lots of monies. And now, it's time for the really long elevator ride. Yeah, I feel like with the charm, it's kind of there to encourage you to use them, rather than being something that you'd put on because you already use them. Okay, pretty cool detail is the Watcher is actually watching people. He has a telescope. You can see the city. But yeah, this game does a really good job of promoting different playstyles, and that is something that is really fun about it. Hello, Mr. Butler. Let me just kill you. Okay, right. It's time to awaken the third and final dreamer. Okay. It's done. It's time to go back to Dirtmouth and prepare for the end. Only the Temple of the Black Egg remains. So yeah, I do enjoy the Watcher Knights as a fight, but that may be Stockholm Syndrome. I think I've learnt to love it. On my first playthrough, I was stuck here for, I want to say at least an hour. It was brutal. I had a really tough time with it. But I just about got through it, and I thought, I'm done with that, never need to deal with it again. And then I got to all of the boss rushes. And I got stuck on it again. For a very long time. And I got so good at the fight that I was like, you know what? I enjoy this. I actually quite like it. And then I attempted to do a 5-hour speedrun of the game. And for that speedrun, I skipped the Shadow Dash. And, oh boy, I learned how truly brutal that fight could be. There's a reason I got the Shadow Dash first on this playthrough. Wait, where am I? Yeah, I think they're a fight you can definitely appreciate more when you actually know how to fight them. Because while you're learning them, they can be very frustrating. It's why I don't think they're quite as good at being a multi-opponent fight as the Mantis Lords. Because the Mantis Lords never feel unfair. Whereas the Watcher Knights, they definitely do at times. There are it doesn't happen often, but there are definitely scenarios you can get into where attacks can't be dodged. And, like, that shouldn't be happening, really. And I think the reason for that is, during one of the early trailers for the game, there is a clip of the knight fighting a singular Watcher Knight in his own little arena. I think they were originally intended to be 6 different mini-bosses scattered throughout the City of Tears, and you'd have to find and defeat all 6 of them to get access to the Dreamer. And then, for whatever reason, they decided to combine them together into one fight. Whether that was the right decision or not, well, that's up to the player, I guess. Personally, I feel like if you had to fight 6 of them as separate things, they would have been very underwhelming. I just wish a little bit more care was put into it when combining them together. But they do make for a nice final challenge, though. And honestly, they put up more of a fight than the actual final boss, I would say. Well, the final boss I'm about to fight right now, anyway. Yeah, I know a lot of interesting little things about that. Like that about the game. I've watched an embarrassing number of YouTube videos on it. Right. Now I've beaten the Watcher Knights, I wonder if that Fog Canyon map is available. Shut up, Zote. I can still hear you. Yes, and, oh. I've not been there yet. Spoilers. Okay. I guess I'm buying that now. God damn it, Cornifer. You're supposed to wait for me. Right. Charms, then. What charms do I want? Honestly, this is not a terrible setup. But I think I'm gonna trade. I kind of want Quick Slash. I'm gonna trade Shaman Stone for Quick Slash. There we go. I think this game does a good job of having a mix of difficult and easy fights. Like, there are fights that I feel satisfying to fight early on in the game, and there are fights that are satisfying to fight later on. There are definitely some more of the mini-boss sort of ones that are a little bit too easy, but most of the main fights I find hit a nice difficulty curve. Okay, Elderbug, wish me luck. To reach Dirtmouth, most travellers take circuitous roads around the cliffs behind us. It's a hard trek now, but in the Kingdom's Prime, things were far simpler. There's an old pass in the cliffs that once allowed easy access. The bridge up to it has long since crumbled away, and even without it, a huge door bars entry. I can't complain, mind you. It's meant we've only ever had to accommodate a trickle of travellers, even during our busiest times. I wouldn't want hordes of bugs to descend on Dirtmouth. I like the quiet. Okay. I'm feeling confident it's time to descend. Yeah, I'll get into this final boss more when I start fighting it, but I don't mind it being on the easier side. It makes sense story-wise, and then once we get into the true ending stuff, it makes a bit more sense gameplay-wise as well. Okay. Let's open the seal. Quite the nice build-up for this boss. And one final bench. Vessel. Though bound, you shall know the state of the world. Halonest will be whole again. Completion percentage viewable in inventory. Okay, so I thought that was unlocked from beating the boss. I guess not. But you basically have to get to it to get that, so I'll worry about that after the fight. For now, I would like you guys to just take in this fight in its entirety, because it is it's something pretty special. I'm going to mute, and I'll see you after the credits. Just pretend that didn't happen. Okay, what percentage? 93%. Okay, nice. That's a little more than I thought it would be. So, some of you might be a little bit confused as to what exactly you just watched, what exactly happened there, and what exactly has been going on in this game. I don't really want to get too much into the lore of this game because there's a lot of it, and I'm not the best at telling a nice, concise story. So I'm just going to give you the Cliff Notes version. Basically, a long time ago, a worm descended upon the land and died. And from its corpse was born the Pale King. Now, the Pale King was an incredibly radiant bug, and his shine brought sentience to the bugs of Hallownest, and they founded a great kingdom. And for a good while, there was an uneasy peace. There were tensions with the Weavers and the Mantises, but that's not really important to the overall plot. However, eventually, trouble began to stir. An infection born of dreams began to spread throughout the minds of the bugs of Hallownest, taking over their bodies and turning them into mindless beasts. In order to try and combat the infection, the Pale King created the vessels, and he created a lot of them. We saw all of those corpses in the abyss, but only one was selected as the pure vessel, to be the Hollow Knight. So he was chosen, he was sealed away, and then the Dreamers went into their slumber to maintain the seal. The Pale King believed that the Hollow Knight was the perfect vessel. He was completely empty, he had no dreams to corrupt. But he was wrong. The Hollow Knight was not the perfect vessel everyone believed it to be, and the infection began to spread out once more. It would have been the end of Hallownest. However, the Abyss was not as tightly sealed as the King believed. A few other vessels managed to escape. We saw the Broken Vessel, we saw the one that Hornet killed in Greenpath, but only one made it beyond the bounds of Hallownest. Beyond the Pale King's reach. Where without the Pale King's gift of sentience, its mind disappeared, and it became truly hollow. It heard the scream of whatever was within the Hollow Knight once it began to break free and came back to Hallownest, and replaced the Hollow Knight as the vessel, containing the infection within. Whether that's a satisfying ending or not, it's up to interpretation. It's up to each individual person's opinion. But it's quite a tragic one. The character that we've been playing as this whole time has locked himself away. He's taken on the sacrifice of his brother. But we don't know for sure at this point whether he really is a pure vessel. Will he be able to contain the infection? Or will he fail like the Hollow Knight before him? If that ending wasn't satisfying to you, there's a reason for that, because as I've alluded to a few times, there are 2 more endings to go, at least for the non-DLC stuff. And in getting those endings, there are still 2 entire areas that we've not seen. One of those has a brand new boss fight. There's a bunch of other boss fights that we're going to need to do that we just haven't seen yet. Plus, there's still quite a bit of optional side content to go. So, despite seeing the credits today, this is not the end of the series. However, I do want to talk about that final boss because it's one of my final bosses it's one of my favourite final bosses in any game ever. The atmosphere is so well done. The music fits it so well. It starts off as this imposing battle, and then as the fight goes, it turns into this more tragic piece. The Hollow Knight, midway through the fight, he realises that, wait a sec, this guy is going to be a better vessel than I will be. And so he starts resisting the infection within himself. He starts helping you to kill him. That's why he was stabbing himself. It's just such a really well done boss fight. It's not the hardest fight in the game. Just ignore the fact that I died to it. I'm going to blame that on the recording curse, because usually I don't. It's been a long time since I died to that fight. But yeah, while it's not the most difficult fight gameplay-wise, it doesn't need to be. I think it's a pretty satisfying ending and fight on its own. And then the credits music. That's just one of my favourite tracks in the game. I adore that piece. It's just beautiful. Anyway, so what am I going to do for the rest of stream? Well, I don't want to get started on the true ending stuff today. I think I'm going to leave that for next time and have the Hollow Knight be kind of a capstone to this first part of the playthrough. However, there's a couple of extra little things that I do want to talk about. So the first is menu styles. The game essentially has customizable menu. So you've got the classic one that the game launched with. You've got one for the Hidden Dreams DLC, one for the Grim Troop DLC, one for the Lifeblood DLC, and one for the Godmaster DLC. Those all released alongside their respective DLCs. I've got the Infected one, which I believe you get for beating the Hollow Knight. I believe Void is the one for the true ending. Steel Soul is the one for beating the Steel Soul mode, which is the game's permadeath mode, and then I'll save that last one for a later time. There is also an extra one called the Void Heart one, which I believe is only accessible in the Void Heart edition of the game, which is the Xbox and PS4 release, because it didn't release on those at the same time as it did on Switch. I believe it was a year or two after, so they kind of rebranded it as a new release, but apart from that new title screen, there's not really any new content in the game. So, 93%. I'm feeling pretty good about that. That's, yeah, that means I don't think I've missed anything then, which is nice. So, let's go back into the file. The first thing I'd like to do is quickly go see the Grub Father, because I have collected a few grubs since the last time I went there. And I want to see what good rewards I'm going to get. I forgot that I had Sprint Master on. I'm surprised that didn't screw me over in the fight, actually. Oh god, these guys. Annoying. Hello, my little cute friends. Is that all you've got for me? Okay. Fine. So, for the rest of stream, we're going to be going Easter egg hunting. There is one specific Easter egg that I'd like to show off, but it's pretty rare. There is a good chance that in the 2 hours left of stream, we won't see it. So, we're going to be going back and forth between the Forgotten Crossroads and Dirtmouth a lot. So I think I'm going to quickly whip song requests on, just so that we don't go completely insane, listening to one theme, starting and ending, for like 2 hours. Just give me a second to make sure everything is switched on. Because I didn't plan to do song requests when I was planning on doing this, so I haven't actually set it up in advance. So let's just pop that in there. Let's turn viewer requests on. So /pin sr, then URL for song requests, game music only, please. I don't know if you guys heard that. I don't know what it just... it thought that was a request, and it... that was very bizarre. Right, so... yeah, show on stream. There we go. Let's turn the game audio off. That seems like it's quite quiet. Could you guys let me know how the volume is? Okay, we're already getting a lot of requests. A lot of Mario Kart World stuff, not too surprising. Oh, hey Army! Just interrupting Ben's song. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Okay, how is that song request audio sounding now? Right, hopefully it is at a good level. So, it's a bit quiet, right? I will quickly increase it then. How about now? Baby Park is basically a Sonic Frontiers cyberspace track. Yeah, this is definitely your kind of vibe. So, what exactly am I hunting for today? Well, I just cut down that sign. But if I leave the room and then go back down, the sign has been rebuilt. Now, obviously, that's just a game thing. They're reloading the room each time. They're not going to save that you've destroyed that sign because that's useless data. No one cares about that. That's just a video game thing. However, there is a lore reason why the signs are being rebuilt. There is a character called Menderbug who is going around Hallownest and rebuilding all of these signs. And he has a chance to spawn on this one sign. You can see him. We're going to be hunting him today. Also, enjoy your time in the pub, Ami. I hope you're having a good evening. Alright, let's just farm some soul off the enemies in here. Now, I should warn you guys, Menderbug's spawn rate is stupidly low. I think it took me about 2 hours of hunting on my first playthrough to find him. Ow. Oh, I love Steam Gardens. Such a good bit of music. So you know what? 1 second. If I turn the music off, I kind of still want to hear the sound effects because there's a certain one I'm actually meant to be keeping an eye out for. There we go. Having this juicy IPA called Shut Up Juice. Doesn't alcohol do the opposite, though? Certainly makes me more talkative. Oh, I love Cooper Beach. Oh, this is such a good remix. Honestly, Mario Kart has such a good soundtrack. Hold on, I've just had an idea. They've actually put in proper mod controls on Twitch Mobile now, so am I able to run a poll? Oh, I love Bakamatai. Right, so let's go. Will we see Menderbug today? Yes. No. Let's give it a 15-minute submission period. And then let's start the prediction. There we go. Resisting the urge to sing along, but I really would butcher it. Right, let me just check I haven't already accidentally seen him. Because I did have the sound effects off for a little bit there. You're singing along yourself. Nice. You're making up for the energy and confidence that I lack. Okay, good. No Menderbug. I'm going to swap my charms around when I go upstairs. Just to make this a little bit more efficient and also get myself some cash out of it. Shut up, Zoe. Talking about your 69 precepts of being a twat. Okay, right, let's put Greed on. Let's put Gathering Swarm on. Let's put Soul Catcher on. And hold on, what reduces the cost of spells again? Spell Twister, I think. Yeah, let's put that on as well. So, seeing as I'm about to waste 2 hours of my life looking for this, what's everyone else doing this evening? To think that I was a little worried that I wouldn't get everything I wanted to get done today done, and it took an hour. You know, I'm usually pretty good at predicting how long parts of games will take and how many streams that a game will take. But for Hollow Knight, I have consistently over-predicted how long things will take. I guess I'm just better at the game than I thought I was, despite all of the stupid deaths. Currently on PSO2. Nice. I have not played that game in a long time. Oh god, it's this one. I forgot this one existed. Yeah, I think basically as soon as Ben stopped streaming it, I stopped playing it. I just had other stuff that I wanted to play and I couldn't really prioritize it. I do want to get back to the story at some point because I finished all of the little side conversations you could do. But I was waiting for Ben to get back to the story, but obviously that didn't happen. So I'm undecided whether I want to do it in my own time. You'll get back to it at some point, and I'm sure you will. Maybe if we bully you enough, you'll do it. Yeah, I can't sing any of it, so... I do enjoy that video, though. Alright, submissions on the prediction are halfway gone, if anyone is interested. Oh, I've not played Link's Awakening in so long. I do love the Ballad of the Windfish. Voted the opposite to make it so the poll isn't pointless. I mean, it's not pointless if everyone votes yes in case I don't see him. Then they'd all lose. Stream elements, you good? I should check Raid was the next track. Yes, it was. Okay. What a surprise to see crosscode music from Ben. Who would have seen that one coming? To be fair, it does have a good soundtrack. I do want to play it at some point. Yeah, I wonder why you might have its soundtrack on your mind. I wonder if a certain CD arrived recently. Yeah, that's true. I could get the Switch version and have it run properly. I hadn't even considered which version I'd get. I would probably have lent towards Switch just because it feels like the kind of game I would actually play handheld. It tends to be more like top-down or side-scroller indie-style games that I tend to play in handheld more. So crosscode would fit that perfectly. But my first playthrough of Hollow Knight I did basically entirely in handheld. I mean, just the Switch 2 Joy-Cons are better for everything in general. Although saying that, my left stick does feel a bit, when I push it to the right, I feel like there's more resistance than in the other directions. So I'm not sure if that's how the stick is supposed to feel or if there's an issue with it. I might just swap the Joy-Con out with my other one. Oh, they could actually, yeah. That game would fit mouse controls really well. Oh, we got him! There's Menderbug. And now he's dead. So despite the fact that he's a completely harmless NPC, he counts as an enemy, and you can kill him. That's so cruel. I don't know why they did that. Anyway, whoever voted yes, enjoy your points. So, now that Menderbug is dead, something has changed within the Crossroads. So, I want to head down to where I fought the Gru's mother. Or the Gruz Mother. I can never decide how I want to pronounce that. You should have voted more points to no to give them to the winner. Ah, well, it's all a bit of fun, really, isn't it? I know you have a ton of points, though. I believe the path down here is blocked off, isn't it? Wait, no. It's not where I'm thinking of, actually. You have nearly 50k. Good God. I don't think you need that many points. Okay, maybe don't do that. Okay, so... Ow. Down here, there are a bunch of little houses. Because it used to be a village. Well, as it turns out, this is where Menderbug lives. And now that I've killed him, I've stolen the keys to his house. So we can go inside. He's got a little portrait of himself. He's got a little hammock, and he's got a diary. Dear, dear diary. Isn't life just the most beautiful thing? Fixing signs, mending posts. Let them break, I say. I'm a better mender for all that repairing. I sometimes doubt there's a single bug in Hallownest happier than me. Hello again, diary. Not long now till the next Menderbash. For a stealthy type, we're a riotous bunch when we get together. And Menderberry kept flashing me that smile. Might be time to muster my courage and act on it. I love my home and my life, but sharing it with another? Why, that'd be the berry on top. My lovely diary. Someone's gone and broke my favourite sign. Right there at the top of the crossroads. Keeps happening too. But you know, I just can't get mad about it. I should be thanking them, really. More chances to fix that beautiful complex sign. And I've stocked up on spare parts, so I've no fear it'll ever stay broken for long. Yeah, they really rub in the guilt with that one. He's a happy little guy. He's got a crush on someone. He's going to ask them out. And he's just having a great time repairing that sign. And his life was cut so tragically short. Rip Menderbug. You were a real one. So yeah, that didn't take as long as I was expecting it to. So I guess, does he have a beast log entry? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Menderbug. Member of an elusive guild of bugs fixated on the maintenance of Hallownest's many signs and wayposts. The bugs of Hallownest were obsessed with building things. What strange little minds they had. So yeah, that didn't take anywhere near as long as I was expecting it to. So, I guess it's a short stream today. I'm going to quickly get myself over to the stag station. Because that will give time for this one last request to play. I'm going to turn off viewer requests because I could get started on the next part of the game. But like I said, I want to save the true ending stuff for its own streams, really. I'm not going to have a break from Hollow Knight. It's not going to be like a 2-season thing, but I want a little bit of separation there. God, this soundtrack is good. Okay, right. Just let this one finish then. And then that will do it. Bit of a shorter stream today, but, you know, that's just sometimes how it rolls when you're getting towards the end of a game. I don't think I've heard this one before. This is nice. My favourite is Space Junk Galaxy. That one is beautiful. I've not watched many GBG videos recently. But he should like it. It's a good theme. I've enjoyed it. Okay, so next time on Hollow Knight, the journey towards the true ending begins. We'll be heading to the first of the 2 areas that we've yet to see. Though we have seen its map, we'll be going to the Queen's Gardens and seeing what awaits us there. The truth of the infection has yet to be unveiled, but it's a mystery that we will uncover together. Anyway, as much as I like this track and would like to sit here listening to it, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I will be back on Wednesday with more Subnautica. I'll be descending into the fiery depths that we saw below my base. Got a few materials that I need to collect first, but that shouldn't take too long. Getting close towards the end of that game too as well, I feel like. And then I'll be back with Hollow Knight next Saturday, which should hopefully be a full-length stream. Okay then, guys. Have a good one. Actually, you know what? Since it was a short stream, is there anyone live that I can pop a raid into? Ah, you know what? Googs is always raiding here. They're live right now. Let's head over there for a bit. Return all of the kindness that they've shown me. Okay then, guys. Have a good one. And I'll see you later. Bye.